Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Mubina and today I want to share some of my travel experiences with you guys. So, have you ever heard something that happened unexpected turned it into a great journey? So exactly that's the thing which happened to me. So today I want to share some of my stories, unforgettable moments, full of surprises. So actually my first trip was to Saudi Arabia, and to be honest, it was totally unexpected because at first my parents were supposed to go. Then some of kind of problems, they couldn't, but the tickets were all bought already. That's why I went into their place. And to be honest, I felt really afraid and I was shocked because I found out about my journey only 3 days before my journey. And but when I arrived to Saudi Arabia, everything has changed. The people around me were very kind and they helped me all the time. And what really impressed me about Saudi Arabia was how everything was organized. For example, the average number of visitors per month about 2 million, and it can reach over the 10 million in like seasonal months. That's why, could you imagine the crowdness? There are a lot of people, but still there was no any traffic jam at all. So, and despite these crowds, the number of these waters, the Zamzam water, hot and cold Zamzam water was always available for visitors. And the place were always clean and the air conditioning, the smell of the city was all all opportunities for visitors. And of course, Arabic atmosphere everywhere, from decoration to furniture, and at streets there were all a lot of jewelry stores, which impressed me. Everything was going smoothly until the day we wanted to enter the special part of the mosque. It calls Rawza, and this is special part of mosque. But before entering, you should apply. So, but before we didn't know about that. That's why we had a kind of problem. So at that time, some woman from our country who had come earlier had a kind of personal conflict with staff. That's why they started to hate Uzbek people. And because of this woman, we had a problem with staff with entering. After 5 attempts, we could finally enter, but still it was disappointing that because of others, we suffered. So it was a lesson. Our behavior can affect other people who come after us. Despite kind of simple and small problems, the overall journey was perfect. I made new friends from Iran, Indonesia, and Morocco, and still keep in touch with them. And I like my journey, and I would like to try travel to Saudi Arabia again. And before I move on to the next travel, I want to explain kind of unfavorable and unforgettable moment which happened at the airport. At that time, my English was almost zero. I didn't know anything about English, and the problem was that at the airport, people speak only Arabic or English. So I know neither of them. But we decided to buy coffee. Then I was just like this woman. Then I went and asked any hello, any place. I just said, to milk, to not milk. And he understood my words and gave me to espresso, to Americano. At that time, I first understood that it's really important to learn English. And after my trip to Saudi Arabia, I came to result school. And now, I would like to talk about the second journey. Unlike my first journey, it was planned. Everything was organized. And I was much more confident because the Baku, Azerbaijan, is familiar to me. I have some friends and I know its language, so I was much more confident. And also, I traveled with my grandma, who is 87 years old, and it's really difficult to walk for a long distance for her. That's why she used a wheelchair. And at airport, the airport provided us amazing support because she was limited. Like she couldn't walk. And we didn't wait for passport checking, for ID checking. Everything was planned, and it makes our journey really comfortable. And also, usually people wait for bus to take them from airport station to plane. But we were taken from a special car with the two staff who helped us. Then we first arrived at Baku, and I like its weather. Like everything was so crazy. Everything was amazing. Its food, like its air, people. Like we visited many stores, and we spent around 5 days in Baku, exploring its attractions. And after we moved to the next city, which called Karabakh. And this is Karabakh Resort. It's popular for its resort, fresh air, its nature, and of course, mouth-watering foods. We spent there about 5 days, and it was a good chance to spend time with local people, learn their culture and history. And then one day we decided to take a walk then around the city, but at that time we just walked and got lost. When we realized it, we were about 7 kilometers away from our hotel. It was impossible to go back by ourselves. That's why we called the police, and they took us back to hotel. You can see my message to my mom.
She was really worried about
yes.
walking 7 kilometers.
This is a real picture. Then, if you think it's end, no, you're wrong, guys. In Karabakh, as I mentioned before, is popular for its resort, for its treatment, and naftalan, which is beneficial for our bones. So around the 10th day of my journey, my doctor recommended me to take this treatment. So it would be beneficial for me, but before, surprisingly, anyone had a kind of problem who tried it. But after my first session, I had a really strong allergic reaction all over my body. It was so bad. And because of my health condition, I had to turn back to home earlier. But overall, my trip was so good. I met new friends, and I learned about their culture, and we still keep in touch with them. So one advice for you guys: if you want to travel abroad, and it doesn't matter any country, before read about this country, read about its language, and it would be much more easier to travel for you. That's thank you. Thank you for your attention.